Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday morning, happy second recording. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I have a word for you. Tap in. In fact, I have an email response, but my reply to her convicted me to make this recording really quickly. So I had a good sis who emailed me in regards to the video I posted last night. In regards to God is raising up or has raised up a new person for you. So she's struggling with a few different things. She says she knows without a doubt that after hearing that recording, it had been confirmation to her. And I always tell you guys, a lot of the times, I don't ever want to say all to anything, but a lot of the times you're going to hear from God first. And then people will be your confirmation versus your revelation. A lot of the times, if not all, I don't know. You will know in your spirit. Sometimes when you go seeking information or advice from other people, it could be because you're confused because maybe there's a lot of distraction going on in your spirit, or it may truly be your own flesh because you're not really ready to walk away. You're not really ready to pull that plug. So you're kind of hoping somebody would confirm to you that, well, maybe God says wait a little bit longer. Honey, listen. When God is ready to shut a door, He's going to make it very clear in your spirit. There will be a loss of desire for the thing, person, place, whatever it may be. There will be a loss of desire. Okay. A few things can keep you confused, and that is flesh. Because sometimes with flesh, if you're dealing with trauma responses, let's say you have seeds of abandonment or seeds of rejection, things like that from your childhood. So walking away, even when you know God is bringing that thing to an end, or even if God allowed it to leave you, either which way it left you or you left it, it still triggers seeds of abandonment. So you'll find yourself struggling, trying to hang on to the very thing that God has been very clear to you and giving you the okay that it's time to move on. So it's not that you even want it any longer, because that desire is not even there. It's not that you want it any longer. It is your trauma responses from wounds and seeds that's going to come with you maybe having to release something even when you don't know what the new is yet. So a lot of the times the people who've been really traumatized, they would rather hold on to toxic things that are hurting them, even though they no longer love it, but you hold on to it because it's still your safe place. Even though it's toxic, it's familiar to you. It's familiar to you. When you're traumatized, being in familiar environments is more difficult, right? You're not used to peace. You're used to chaos. So this is why I say when you discover peace, you do everything in your power to protect your peace. When people start disturbing your peace for whatever reason, you remove them quickly because you just don't like your peace disturbed once you've encountered peace. So there's a great chance, sis, after reading your email, you're holding on because of some trauma responses. See, God is not going to always bring and release the new while the old is still currently in place. Again, this is what faith is about. This is you knowing that God says it's time to move on, it's time to release it, and just trusting and believing that through your obedience, He's going to bring everything that's designed for you. You also mentioned, and this is very familiar when it comes to chosen people, you feel like you were betrayed. You feel like because the person was so ungrateful, you know that God sent you into this person's lives, and they was just, you said he's a narcissist, and you feel betrayed, but you said you, quote unquote, you feel like you were a fool. You feel like kicking yourself because now that the blinders are off, you can see things in its entirety. So things that had you blind, right? When you were still in it, things that you couldn't see. And truthfully, you could have seen them, but once blinders are removed, it's like you can't even make excuses if you wanted to. So it feels like a slap in the face. This is why you can be moving a certain way within the relationship, meaning you had their back. If nobody else had their back, you had their back. You had pure intentions. Your heart was pure. You truly just wanted to be a great person, be their support system, like really hold them down, right? Sis, never regret that. That's just a chosen one. That's just how we move. I keep telling people all the time, please don't ever regret your big heart. This is why you are so blessed as a chosen one. Our job is to take each offense, each betrayal, and recognize what you missed and apply it to the future. This is why now that you've evolved, you will cut people off very quickly. The minute you start to see that their intentions aren't pure, they may get over on you one or two times, and then there's a boom. There's a conviction and a revelation where the scales are removed very quickly versus you sitting allowing somebody to use, abuse, manipulate, whatever for years and years. No. Once you evolve, it doesn't stick. It happens very quickly. This is why you'll notice that a lot of the people that you're meeting now in new seasons, they don't stick because God is revealing things very early on. But never, ever regret your big heart. Just take the lesson. You have to learn boundaries. You have to learn self-love. You have to learn to be sure that you're tapped in, that when God reveals something to you, you don't hang on to it out of trauma response and trauma triggers. You release and keep it moving. You said, without a doubt, he's a narcissist. And you can't understand why God will allow a chosen person to get tied up or abused by narcissists, things like that. Sis, that's a whole recording by itself, probably hours if I'm honest. Maybe one day I'll make a recording on that. But I mean, it can go all the way back from childhood. Maybe your parent was a narcissist. But ultimately, the goal of a narcissist, the enemy will use a narcissist to derail you from purpose. What happens when you encounter a narcissist? They abuse you so bad. They mind screw you so bad. They mess you up so bad that once you leave them, you are a shell of yourself. So if you're a shell of yourself, how can God use you with purpose and calling? How can God use you the way he needs to use you? Because in order to be used in purpose and calling, you have to be very secure. You have to be very confident. You have to be very, very tapped in, right? So if you're a shell of yourself, and then they change your identity. So you may have went from this confident person to a people pleaser. So they mess you up so bad. But this go around, as far as right now, because you say you guys were only dating for a year, I believe personally, this is just me. This is nothing statistic. This is all me right here. The narcissists that we've encountered recently could have been a month ago, a year ago, whatever. Recently, not so much childhood or 10 years ago. Recently, if you've encountered narcissists of any sort, doesn't have to be romantic relationship of any sort, they were sent just like the others to derail you, right? To derail you. But they were sent recently because many doors are about to open to destiny. See, a lot of people got complacent because we had this season of whatever, honey. Like we had all kinds of different seasons going on last seasons, but the enemy knew that doors are about to open for many people. Please don't get it twisted. The spiritual realm knows a lot of things, especially when you're out here talking on certain things, et cetera, et cetera. So, okay, I know massive doors. These are destiny doors. These are the doors that's going to change the world type of doors. So, I got to send something to derail you. I got to send something to break your heart so you can stay down and grieve for a year. Child, please. You'll be replaced tomorrow. Find somebody else to do it. She ain't got time. Kizzy. Stay down for a year. What? Stay down for a year. Child. Oh my goodness. So new narcissists were sent in to hurt you to your core. To your core. To drop you. With chosen people, we hurt times two. Again, we're spiritually sensitive. Many of us are empaths. We hurt times two. When it comes down to heartbreak, and you couple that in with betrayal, it's a very, very, very dark, hurtful place. The thing is, because we are so sensitive, sometimes we'll sit here and what we do is we keep regurgitating over and over the betrayal itself. Like, how could you, I've been so good to you. How could you not realize I'm the only one who had your back? I would have never done you like that. Oh my goodness, I'm never giving my heart. I'm tired of being a good person. I'm tired of having a big, we regurgitate, we regurgitate that. And when we keep regurgitating that, what happens is we keep missing the fact that it had to happen. The hurt, the betrayal had to happen. If it didn't happen, you'll still be stuck there right now going through the whatever, the toxic whatever y'all got going on. You'll still be stuck right there dealing with that kind of energy. So instead of focusing on the how it happened, focusing on the why it happened. But also, in addition to the enemy sending them recently to knock you off of your square, I've said this in several recordings, and it's true. You were their test. So this is a two-way street, right? In this season, the narcissist really, really helped you to develop your character. Not your character per se, that's not the word I'm looking for. They help you to learn boundaries even more firm. Because so the old narcissist back whenever they broke you down so bad, honey, but once you got rid of that, you went through a healing season, right? And then God brought you back to one piece. So even encountering these narcissists on the second go round, you were solid because you came from a healing season, but just that chosen in you, that empath in you, you kind of let a few things slide. You kind of miss a few you ain't miss it, you saw it. Red flags, little thing, right? So truth of the matter is, we should be so solid that we walk away on the first red flag. But we let a few things slide because, again, many of us were coming out of broken seasons for whatever reason. So now what has happened, now that this has come to an end, honey, you're so solid. You're so solid that you will cut your own daddy off if you see one red flag. You will cut your own cousin off at the first sign of disrespect. The first sign that I'm sitting here loving on you, I'm sitting here trying to have your back as a great spouse, a great friend, a great lover. I'm pouring into you when I know 99% of the world don't care about anything, including you. But I'm taking my time, my energy, my pure spirit, my love, just to love on you, and you dishonor me, or you show the first sign of disrespect, I'll see you when Jesus come home, and I may not speak to you then. Just depends on if God is looking at me. Lord, please forgive me. So they helped you build and tie up those loose ends of that last 5% of areas that you were slipping, because you're going to need it. Because once door opens to destiny, honey, you're going to have to be so tapped in that you are at the max of the max of the max of discerning and making sure that you are following your convictions. New levels, new devils. You got to remember, we're a very small percentage of people. So even when God sent you in your destiny season, you are going to have people pulling at you with the wrong intentions and the wrong motives. Listen, I'll give you an example. So you guys know I'm not really like on TikTok like that. I have been only like, I can't explain it. It's just, it's related to purpose, but either which way. So, I mean, you got thousands of people, right? Thousands of people that when they see that you may be gifting a certain person or a certain part of Africa, which typically is where I'm kind of doing my TikTok thing in regards to gift giving, if you will. Honey, by the time you hit your inbox, you got, I mean, thousands of messages in regards to marry me, I love you, oh, my child and myself we got put out the house. Honey, you can't listen. And all I do is laugh sometimes because it really makes me laugh that people think that chosen people are people with great hearts are really stupid. So you think God had us to answer the call, use us as a vessel, not to give us wisdom and discernment? So really, I don't, it's not that I don't care about your story. I really do, truly. Your story will not penetrate my spirit. Your story, there will be a conviction. There will be some kind of red flag. In fact, that I'm so turned off because I know you're lying about something that I'm going to block you instead because you're trying to play with me, right? When God uses people as a vessel, God makes it very clear in their spirit who you are to assist. You are not to assist everybody. Everybody is not your assignment. There are people that I help way more and others that I may help just a little bit, like crumbs, not trying to be funny, but crumbs, because the crumb people, God then show you like, listen, right? Give them crumbs one more time and cut them off for good. Here you stay planted because this person is pure. They're doing this, that, and the third. So you're going to have to be tapped in no matter where you go because people are cruel. People, honey, they're more, I just don't understand people. I just, for the life of me, I just don't understand people except other chosen people, honey. So they build you. But lastly, as I said before, you were their test. Narcissist or people with narcissistic traits and tendencies, users, abusers, selfish, this, that, and the third, just shiesty. They have done this for a long time. It just didn't start with you. The difference is they never had access to a chosen one to betray, to lie, to cheat, to scheme, to scam, to manipulate, to lie on. You know what narcissists do. They never had access to a chosen one. So they got away scot-free. This is why you can hear people say things like, I don't understand how that person is such an evil person. That person is such and such type of person. But I don't understand how they've gotten away with stuff all their lives. In fact, it may look like their life is currently prospering and you're just sitting here trying to figure out how is this person still prospering when they have done wrong so many people. Honey, they have never wronged a chosen one. So God allowed them. See, they think they were coming to destroy you in whatever way, whatever plans they had in their head. They're so ignorant and so slow. They thought they were coming to destroy you. But it backfired. They developed that last 5% in you, and they've set themselves up to destroy themselves. They failed the test. They touched the wrong one. They touched a vessel of God. Remember, when you are a vessel of God, there are things specifically designed for you to do here on earth. So if someone hurts you, if someone intentionally harms you in whatever way that the narcissist does, doesn't that sit you down for a little bit? Right? No, you shouldn't be taking a year to get somebody out of your system. But even if it's 2 weeks, even if it's a month, that's too long that they're pulling you from the way that God is using you. So now God got to deal with them. I tell people all the time, you better be very, very careful putting your mouth, putting your hands, putting your dirty intentions on a chosen person, because God will deal, child. I just don't think people know until it happens. So now that there's a spiritual release, you're about to be elevated. Many of you guys have already been, right? You're about to be elevated. They're about to be demoted for the first time. Why the first time? Because you were their test. You're chosen. Here's what's going to happen. And some of you guys are already experiencing this. If not, you're going to start to hear about it for some. For some. They're going to start trying to come back around. The people that you cut off, or even if they left you, or however it happened, the narcissist, the evil, the demonic, the ones that you really tried to help and you were really great to, they're going to start trying to flood to come back in your life. You're going to start to see the flood of emails or texts or just whatever, honey, just whatever. For one, remember, we're spiritual, right? People can feel spiritually when you're pulling away and you're moving on. See, it's one thing to leave a person, but they know that they still can have some kind of access to you, right? If they catch you at a certain time of night and they hit you with that, what you're doing, mess with that foolishness, right? They still can feel that the release hasn't been final. Even if it's 5% hope. They may hit you every now and then. But once God have fully, all caps, fully hit that release button, they feel it in the spiritual realm that you're gone, never to return. I don't care how evil someone is. I don't care how narcissistic someone is. I don't care how slow there is. Nobody wants to lose a good person. You always want to have good people in your corner. This is why chosen people, you have locked on to other chosen people. This is why you value and you honor the few that's in your life, because you know the importance of having great people in your corner, because there's not many in the world. So nobody wants to lose a chosen one. They're not crazy. They're slow, but they're not crazy. But more than anything, child, my spirit's so ignited right now when I'm about to say this right here. This how I know it's true, because honey, more than anything, it's because the wrath of God has already started, or about to start. So when things start going haywire in their lives, whatever they got going on, maybe other people have betrayed them. They're now discovering that people that they thought was good people, or people that they put in front of you, these people are now burning them. Everything that they have scammingly and manipulative, like whatever they've built, that stuff is crumbling. Doors that they thought would open is closing. And now they're realizing that the wrath of God is what they're feeling is connected to their betrayal to you. So what's going to happen is, because they know it's because of what they did to you, or how whatever they did, in their mind, if they come back and try to make it right, and mind, these people, first of all, they're not even going to apologize most of the time, right? They're going to just try to ease their way back in, right? In their mind, if they get back in your life, if they get back cool with you, they think that's going to stop the wrath of God. It's too late, because they were warned throughout. So now every avenue, every opportunity is going to backfire. You were their test and their fail. Whatever you do, do not Please, my goodness, you got to hear this if you hear nothing else. Please do not allow these people to return back into your life. Do you think God have exposed people, healed you from the heartbreak just to send you back to a person who haven't changed? To attach themselves to you right before you're elevated? Make it make sense. So don't let your loneliness or whatever you got going on, sis, have you contemplating going back to the very person that tried to destroy you, that the enemy used to try to destroy you. This is not a season of going backwards. Now, of course, listen, get in when you fit in. This ain't for everybody to take to the Holy Spirit. But spirit